Problems, issues, and mental illnesses may happen to all people during lifetime. Different unfortunate events and sufferings from the death of the loved ones, work-related issues, and academic problems to interpersonal relationships with family, spouse, friends, romantic partners, etc., and other things may make our life bitter for days. In times like that, we think to ourselves that we need to ask for help from a capable psychologist. But what are the characteristics of a good psychologist? In this video, we are going to address the differences between a professional psychologist or counselor and a non-professional one. There are 5 indications for a professional psychologist or counselor. First of all, a professional psychologist must have passed therapy sessions as a client. In most prestigious universities and institutes all around the world, having therapy treatment sessions is mandatory for people who want to be therapists themselves, and only those psychologists who have been cured by another therapist are allowed to do psychotherapy. The reason is to make the psychologist immune to their personal biases towards clients' issues, to help them not be reminded of their own problems when their clients open up to them so that the treatment process wouldn't run into problems. The second point is about the encouraging and welcoming manner of psychologists, which enables them to make a better connection with you. For example, if a counselor looks down on their client or has humiliating behaviors, their relationship becomes problematic, and the client will no longer feel comfortable to continue the therapy. Third, a professionally trained expert will never judge you, will never try to advise or interrogate you. In other words, professionals are masters of active listening. For instance, good psychologists never tell you what is right or wrong. They just let you know the negative and positive consequences of your past decisions and behaviors so that you can evaluate and judge the past events yourself. As another example, even if you have cheated your spouse and share it with your psychologist, they never shake their head in regret and blame you for it. Moreover, good psychologists will not impose on you a solution just because it sounds logical based on their own thoughts. Instead, they can consult you about it and ask for your opinion. So, if you saw a psychologist who did any of these things, be assured that you have not chosen a good one. The fourth point is that the relationship of a professional psychologist with you is just limited to the psychology clinic and the consultation room. According to the professional ethics of psychotherapy and counseling, no therapist is allowed to have any other request from you other than the counseling itself. Asking you for a friendly meeting or business outside the consultation room, for example. As a result, if a psychologist invites you to a coffee shop or their own house to make a business deal or to have an intimate or personal relationship, the professional ethics have been violated, and the process of psychotherapy and counseling has been deviated. The fifth and the final point, perhaps the most important one, is that a professional psychologist or counselor must be the keeper of your secrets under any circumstances. Based on professional ethics of psychotherapy and counseling, your therapist, without your permission, must not tell any of the words that have been shared in the consultation room to another person, even your mother, father, or spouse. For example, if your spouse and you have visited a psychologist, and after separate sessions that they have spoken with each of you individually, the counselor shared some important information with your spouse without your permission, change your consultant and get help from a professional one as soon as possible. Maybe this question will cross your mind that if no one is going to judge and advise us and show us a solution, then why we should ask for their help. Let's not forget that in the consultation room, we are like someone who is driving in new directions, and the psychologist is more like our assistant, sitting beside us, helping us to become a better driver. At the end, we are the only person who is in charge. So, if we are looking for advice, approval, solutions, or even blame, we're better off talking to a friend, not a psychologist.